obviously Celtic are in a very strong position in that regard. They turn around and go, look, he's already signed, he's coming to us in the summer, we'll give you 150 grand now, take him off your hands. Yeah. You're in a stronger position, but I don't think he'll do that. I don't think that chairman will do that.
When you think we spent, what, 2 million in Pukki, 1.7 on Baldy, and
I'll tell you something. Wasted money in the past doesn't mean that there should just be a free-for-all.
I agree.
We need to be financially between costs.
We need to be financially frugal. But I guarantee this: Gary Mackay-Steven will not be on the same money that Berget was on at this point in his career. So we'll see Berget's just left, and we're not paying those wages.
Yeah, no, I think it's still overall.
Is there a chance of Tonev and McCaffrey going this window?
Why don't we? I honestly don't know why we just can't cancel their contracts. McCaffrey has played. I don't know. I could check, but it'd be like 5 games. I don't care.
But he's in Africa just now.
He's at the Cup of Nations. That's my point.
Before he gets back.
What's the point in that? Like, so we're paying this guy who's barely played for us, and he's not even in the country. He's away playing the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, and Tonev just. I know he's obviously got the ban, but when he did play, whenever he's played, I mean, he's another guy who started that PSV game. The PSV game he came on, he started the Spartak game, did fuck all in it. It was a bounce, basically a bounce game.
When was the incident with Aberdeen with Shea Logan?
November or something?
Was it November, October?
I think it was October.
So I mean, I suppose he's never played well before, but I mean, that because all that was happening and all that in the background, so that's kind of messed with his head, I think, a little bit.
But
realistically, he's not going to stay. He's going to go back in the summer and no sign. So what's the point? You know, I don't think the guy is going to get his head screwed on and really become a revelation.
But it might not be that easy just to cancel loan. I don't know if it's that easy to just cancel loan contracts. Like if it's a 12-month contract, you've taken with the club for a loan. I don't think you can turn around after 6 months and say, no, do you know what, we don't want him anymore, here you go back. I think it's only the club that actually loan him out can pull somebody back.
You've got to remember, we're doing them a favour as much as we're paying their players' wages and we're thinking. I think it's a 50-50. I think if Celtic went to Aston Villa and says it's not working out, we're going to cut the loan, Villa would go, all right. I don't think it's just. I think there's. I think there's a negotiation. I think there's a negotiation point to it. I don't think it's just you can't send them back. I think you could negotiate. Say, look, we'll
do you know one thing very quickly? I don't think they would do that because imagine how stupid Celtic would look. You stick by him through all of that, and he's banned for how many games? 7 games, and then you terminate his loan. You should have done it right at the start. Whether you agree with what had happened or the whole case and all that, it's not about that. If you're paying his wages for 7 weeks that he can't play, or 8 weeks that he can't play football, and then you toss him, it's daft. I don't think it will happen now.
Terrific use of the word terminate. I'll be honest with you. Mark O'Brien tweeted in, do the lads think it would have been better getting prospect players in than wasting money on loans of Newcastle and Tonev? I think we've probably just answered that. Thanks for tweeting in, Mark. He's also put in a request for a song, which we'll get involved in. Brian Murray asks, Thierry Henry ... complete Tadger? Yes.
Oui. Utterly
oui.
Très oui. In fact, give Marek a shout. The most annoying thing in the telly just now is those Sky adverts with Thierry Henry on it, which is just.
I just really didn't like his shirt. That shirt was horrendous.
I actually thought he looked quite.
To be fair, he always looks quite dapper, I would say, but he's horrendous, and
spiffy was the word I was looking for.
His debut yesterday was just awful.
Boud,
made a mistake with those tattoos, I don't know.
Boud, thoughts on Thierry Henry?
Inspired Arsenal to a fantastic victory. Well done, Thierry. Some well chosen words.
Maybe his team talk, that was it. Arsenal, I believe yous are better.
Okay, so just moving on. Would you bring back Samaras? I know this is very hypothetical, but he's been told he can leave by West Brom because Tony Pulis is just a fucking monster.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
He can't spot talent staring them in the face.
Would you take Samaras back? Chris Boud, he's itching. He's fucking. Look at him. He's bloody.
He's perfect for Ronnie Deila.
The first podcast after he left, I was asking for us to bring him back, and I still stick by that.
When there was rumours that he was leaving, when he was still at us, you were asking
double the man's wages, do whatever it takes.
I can't wait for people to hear this show tomorrow. Us calling for Commons or best player to be kicked out, and for Samaras to be brought back.
Bring back Sean Maloney as well, and Peter Grant.
We shug. Come on.
No, seriously though,
Samaras can do a job. It's not. He's a job doer.
Let's get to a job. Very in-depth analysis.
No, we're talking about how we're struggling on the wings. We've got a match against a European giant in Inter Milan that needs experience. We've got a Glasgow derby, which requires somebody with a bit of fire in his belly. And
hang on.
yeah, he's an
Do you know,
internationalist.
at the moment West Brom are playing on the telly while we're recording this, and they look nothing. How is Samaras not
He
getting in
looks
that team?
Samarasless.
Samaras is playing there. He's not. No, it's
No,
not.
he's
It's
not.
just a guy with a beard. But okay, so Bowdy,
He never wanted to leave anyway.
I wouldn't, and I wouldn't take back Maloney, even though I do love both players. Terrific.
Deila said that's not happening.
It's definitely not happening. Sorry?
He's signed for Leicester today.
No, he's not. He's signed-
he
he's-
rejected personal terms.
Rejected personal terms.
He's going to Chicago.
He's currently negotiating with MLS Chicago Fire. So that's a bit weird because what was the? It was like Chicago Hope. That was the hospital show, wasn't it? Okay, never mind. Mark Lieber and Chicago Hope. Looked him up, you fucking dicks.
I'm thinking more
Lieber in
Chicago
Chicago.
Fire.
Chicago. What was
Chicago Fire was the firefighting show. That was good.
Chicago Fire? Was that
That's
not?
the name of the football team.
It's the name of the football team. Yeah.
That's the name of the TV show as well.
Chicago Fire.
Chicago Fire.
Nobody gives a fuck. Move on.
Look at the aggression.
I was in New York for a holiday.
I think they really have two co-hosts today.
He's proud. He's got a big.
Do you know what? I'll just keep the microphone away from now on.
If anyone knows who
He'll
Hank,
wrestle it off you. Yeah.
Shirtless if you want.
right? Okay. Joking aside, serious for a minute. There was a lot of trouble after the Hearts game. Is the Glasgow Derby? They're a Glasgow team, I guess. The semi-final. I mean, is it going to kick? We don't want to speculate about violence because there's no fucking point.
Because the answer's yes.
Aye.
I don't know. Well, there's no point just speculating about what could happen because you're adding fuel to the fire, in my opinion. Do you think it's going to be an event that could spill over? And do you think
I think there should be no segregation. They should allow the fans to mingle. Have a good few pints before it.
get some cocktails,
Aye.
bit of chat?
Some hot dog stands. That's
I
it.
think actually segregation just incites riots.
Yeah, look at South Africa. I hope that
So it'll be
no, I didn't mean it to be.
it'll be loving and gentle, and it's football will be the winner.
Are you looking forward to it?
No, not at all.
You look forward to
I'm
it?
actually debating whether I want to watch it.
Absolutely not. No, I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Boud, are you looking forward to it?
Two local rivals come together for their first ever game. I don't see a problem. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it because I think Celtic will
Get
win.
them smashed.
I get them smashed.
You know what to help getting them smashed?
But
Giorgio Samaras.
okay, so I mean, that again, as we say, one thing. One question for you is in terms of how Deila puts himself about. Actually, two questions. The first one: is everyone still happy with him running up to the crowd in the old?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Still happy with that, like that.
It was probably about the 35th minute during the game of the weekend, and that's what I started thinking about. I think it's good. I think it shows a connection with the fans. It's something he obviously done. I'm gone again, still, but it's something he obviously done with Stromgodset, and that connection with the fans is obviously something that was a big part of what he had there, and it obviously was conducive to what he achieved there.
And you're looking
It's
forward
not
to
so-
win. So you're looking forward to winning the league, and he shuts into his boxes as well.
Absolutely. Do you know what? See, if he wanted to do that, that's fine. But
He said he's not doing that.
I don't. I hope it's not. I hope it's not forced. I hope it's not been someone telling him for Parkhead to do it, which is what. What's his
Andy
name?
Walker.
Andy Walker said.
I think it looked really natural.
I really hope that's not the case. But see, if the man showing that kind of passion is what I think Celtic fans want. It's what they would look forward to. And as far as the fans there when he does it, they all get right behind him. That could become a thing. If
Yeah, last week I tried to drown him out with some music.
I think that was somebody selling mortgages.
Louis taking the hub. No, you make genuinely make good points. I think it still looks natural. Brian, you think it's?
I think it's great, and it's just the fact he's actually taking the players up to the fans as well. And Celtic fans travel all over, and it's good that the fans are actually, the players are recognising the support as well.
Yeah, I guess you guys would both with Ciaran Boud.
We see a lot in European teams in Holland and Germany and stuff where there is a real interaction between the team and the fans, and it's great, and it's missing here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think obviously the fact that Ronnie Deila's still, I think he's 39 as well, so he's still relatively young in terms of football. So it's good. I like it. I'm happy with it. Is there any other kind of points we want to make? Actually, that was the other point I was going to make. Deila apologised today for what's happened with Gary Mackay-Steven. Do you think he needed to, Boud?
Yes, but
he's in a
we've
contract.
signed him exactly, so it's not as bad as just coming out and saying I quite fancy that player. I think I'll take him off Dundee United. He's already signed it.
No, but
obviously
he'd said it before he'd signed. That's what.
But he was a free. He was a player who was on a free. If you can speak to other clubs, I think you should be allowed to. It's not like a Harry fucking Redknapp scenario where it's a player's on a 4-year deal and he says, "Oh, quite fancy him. We're trying to do a deal." Gary Mackay-Steven could sign for anybody. Ronnie Deila was saying how much he appreciated him and he wanted to sign him. I don't think there's any. I think it's McNamara just being a prick.
I mean, from his point of view, it's still somebody that's playing for his club. It's possibly distracting him. Real world, as you say, he can already sign for clubs. Tyler's just doing some moves, getting in there, warming GMS up. That's what you do.
But then his club have already allowed him to talk to Sheffield United and stuff. Aye. So I think McNamara, it was weird him coming up with that.
Hadn't Celtic, well, as I'm sure Deila said, had already sent a letter, how you send letters nowadays, asking for permission to speak to Gary
Mackay-Steven. Celtic done the right thing. They didn't just approach the player.
I think his comments came after the letter had been sent to Dundee United, so we'd already kind of made contact with him about wanting to sign him.
All he said was a good player who liked his team or words to that effect. But then today, caveated with the fact that he was at a small club in Norway and was used to players, teams coming in for his players. And
but it's even
what's the big deal?
But Jackie McNamara came out and said, there's an unwritten rule, you don't speak to about other people's players. Yeah, that's right, and I agree with that. But again, as I said, he's pretty much out of contract. Deila came out and said, I just have to say sorry if I've offended him in any way. It's not a rule I've heard about before, so I have to learn from this.
But the fact that there's actually a written rule saying that the guy can talk to anybody he wants just shows McNamara's fault.
I think it's McNamara just being a bit snidey. I don't think there's any need for it. I think it's McNamara when he went down to Wolves and took his 12 pieces of silver with his big prick. He got his comeuppance.
Next Celtic manager, by the way.
Stop that.
What?
Stop insulting Jackie McNamara.
I loved Jackie McNamara as a player. I just don't. I've never taken to him in terms of a personality. I think he's. Ugh. Anyway, denier to Ajax in terms of loan. They're looking to take him on loan next season. Well, that's the rumour anyway. Ciaran, you don't think he's going to be here next season either way, do you?
No, I think he's had one season loan here. I think City might look to get him a loan in another country to experience another different league.
They might even
get different experiences of European.
They might even try and get him a loan in England. I think they might try and get a loan in the Premiership.
But then if Celtic get the Champions League, do you not think City would want him playing?
Well, we're not going to know if we're in the Champions League until.
Yeah, but potential. I think there's a. But I think. Deila's got such a good relationship with Man City that it's good for his development.
He does have a good relationship with them. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've got in terms of Celtic. Is anyone want to add anything? We've got the Motherwell game coming up. Then we've got Ross County on Saturday. It's Ross County away, isn't it? That'll be a tough game. Thoughts on that?
Ross County are pish. We should hammer them.
Yeah.
Second bottom of the league.
Really great insight, Brian. Ross County are pish. We should hammer
the league now.
The bottom, yeah.
In fact, I think it beat 2-1 off St Mirren at home.
Bowdy, talk me through some stuff.
I was just going to say he kind of just moved on from the denier point, but I think if he's going out on loan again, if he's won the league with Celtic and maybe a cup or maybe two, denier might want to push to play for Celtic again. Players like winning medals.
Does he get capped playing for us or in the Belgian squad?
Yeah. This is it. He's possibly being in a Glasgow derby, which might be quite big. There could be